Hey guys, it's Huntin. Rainbow Six Siege has been out for 2 full months now, which is kind of crazy considering I've been playing it pretty much non-stop since that release date. Bad habits and reckless tactics continue to get me killed about as much as when I first started playing, but I have picked up on a couple tips and tricks that help my team keep the advantage depending on what map you're playing. Each map has very specific beneficial points that are great for maintaining control, and these have really helped us the most with changing, victory into defeat. Wait, the opposite of that. Anyways, I want to go for each of these from each map's perspective. So let's start with the house. Let's get into it. So I'm not going to break these up into offensive or defensive, because honestly, all of them should be considered from either side, depending on whether you're defending or protecting or offensing. Offensing? Is that a thing? Alright, so tip number 1. The first one to mention is the closet off the master bedroom. The master bedroom is a popular defensive position due to its heavily protected corners and, side rooms for protecting entry from a couple different directions. By putting a little peephole in the back right corner of that master bedroom closet, you get a great angle on the workshop hallway, and anybody coming up the stairs has to pass by it, giving you a great opportunity to shoot both of them. Plus, you can kind of lean and look out that front window, but we'll get to that later. Make sure you reinforce the 2 walls leading to the master bedroom closet from the kid's bedroom, which you should probably be doing anyway. Not reinforced, they become an amazing entry point for attackers, and a fuse can really wreak havoc on the bedroom if he has access to those walls. Alright, so tip number 2. Given that the house is the smallest structure in the game, there are plenty of opportunities to see a huge portion of it from outdoor perches. Glass is the king of all these spots, but any class can still make them an opportunity. If you're on defense, try to remember where these spots are and avoid crossing over their line of sight so you don't just get shot wildly by bad luck during the middle of the match. Alright, so the shed out back is great for getting a good shot on the master bedroom window or the kid's bedroom. There isn't great visibility on either of these rooms internally from this point, but you can catch anyone running and trying to reposition themselves, which happens a lot, and definitely nail anyone coming out onto the roof. All the raised platforms are great for this depending on the objective. Whether looking down into the garage or into that dining room or whatever it is next to the kitchen, or all the way through the kitchen, the glass can see all the way back. Looking in through the window above the front door is a great spot, but I'll get into that a little bit more later. The last spot is definitely my favorite and devastating if you're not ready for it. The platform looking through the windowed staircase by the kid's bedroom has a great angle down the whole upstairs hallway. If anyone tries to reposition on the second floor from room to room, you can nail them. It's also got pretty good visibility in the kid's room, and you can watch the door if anyone tries to run by. By blowing out the lower windows, you can see down the stairs and almost to the kitchen if anyone's trying to run up. Obviously, all these angles can shoot back too, so decide on what you want to watch most because you shouldn't really blow out all the windows. Which brings us to tip number 3, and back to the windows above the front door. This window is always open and looks in upon basically the whole upstairs. It sounds like an easy tip, but it's honestly kind of easy to forget about from either an attacker's or a defender's perspective. It can get a lot of great angles on the main stairwell and all the upstairs rooms. Be sure to keep an eye on it for defense, especially if you have first or second floor objective. Alright, so tip number 4. Enough with all this second and first floor nonsense. All this open air, all these windows. We need a basement. We need some concrete walls. We need some garage doors. Way stronger. Well, if you're down here, unfortunately, there's a good chance you have one of my least favorite modes, bomb defusal. The problem with that is that there are 2 bombs, meaning 2 rooms, splitting up your resources either defensively or offensively. On defense, it splits up both your defensive tools and personnel. On the offensive side of things, if everyone's not committed to one or the other, it can split up your force in the attack. Unfortunately, the offensive side of problems is on you guys. You gotta make up your own minds. But defensively, there's a way to turn this whole issue around. You can make it better. What is this? What is this? The seal technique? Using a plethora of shotgun blasts or a well-placed C4, you can blow out one of the walls in between the weight room and the garage. This essentially turns your 2 smaller problems into one bigger one. Some may argue that this doesn't really change the situation, but being able to quickly move from one room to the other in a crisis can mean the difference between victory and defeat. This has helped my group out a lot, especially with this bomb defusal mode. So finally, while we're down there in the garage, number 5, how do we protect against those garage doors? Honestly, if these get opened up, it can really mess up your day. It's not the only way into the garage, but it gives the enemy the benefit of distance, which you really don't want. There are a couple things you can do. Reinforcements on the larger garage door are a must, and either mute jammers or bandit shockers to protect as much as possible are a great idea. It's always a great idea to watch out that little hole towards the smaller garage. Why do they even have that hole? Who has a hole in the side of their garage? Doesn't make any sense. If they come to breach it and forget to look, or even if they do, you might be able to pop one of them. You can even draw them there by leaving one of the garage panels open on the smaller garage door. Put a mute jammer down so they can't blow it, but they're going to see it and they're going to want to try. They'll probably rush because they'll think, oh, they didn't have time to get to it yet. Let's quick get over there and blow it before they can reinforce it. you're already watching and waiting, hoping that they do, and even if they get the panel set up, they can't blow it because you got a mute jammer there. A Thatcher can screw up this defense pretty quick, so reevaluate is needed, but it's a great way for one person to kind of defend the whole garage door wall, and everybody else can go somewhere else and try other things. Anyways, guys, that's about as much advice as I can muster for the house. Let me know in the comments how you get around these tips and tricks, because honestly, I'd love to know the counters before somebody uses them against me. And let me know any other tips and tricks I might have forgotten. The game is a ton of fun, but everyone seems to pick up stronger strategies just as I learned to defend against the easier ones. Definitely subscribe if you're new. I'm planning on doing one of these for each of the maps, including the Black Ice map that just came out and is ridiculous. I don't even know. Toss me a like if you're still listening to me babble and you thought this was helpful, and thanks for watching. Reinforcements on the large garage door are a must, and either mute jammers or bandit reinforcements. Bandit reinforcements. I need some bandits. Bandits.